Hello students, I am here with another video from the chapter of class 7th Science NCERT book, that is from chapter number 2nd, Nutrition in Animals. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this chapter. So children, we have completed the explanation of this chapter, and yesterday we have seen about the different keywords of this chapter, and then we have to study about the things what you all have learned in this chapter. Okay, so what you have learned in this chapter, I'll tell you about this is a kind of revision sort of thing which is given in your NCERT book, and after that I'll be solving the exercises part. Okay, I'll be solving about the exercises part of this chapter. So children, in this chapter we have seen the part which is related with your nutrition. With your nutrition means with the nutrition in animals as well as including the human beings. So we have studied about the nutrition, how these animals are gaining nutrition, which could be of any type. The animal could be a parasite, it could be saprophyte, or it could gain the nutrition like human beings. That could be holozoic nutrition, or it could be in humans as well as in amoeba. Then after that we have seen about the nutrition in the grass eating animals. Okay, so we have studied about the nutrition in these various types of the animals. Okay, so children, with this I'll be starting about what we have learned in this chapter. So the first point, it says animal nutrition includes the nutrient requirement, mode of intake of food, and utilization of energy. This means that whenever we talk about the nutrition, we always start from food. Now, how is this food being ingested by the animals? So there could be different ways of ingestion of food. Like if we talk about the grazing animal, they are chewing. Okay, then if we talk about the human beings, we are ingesting with the help of our mouth. Similarly, if we talk about the mosquito, it is going to suck your blood. Okay, similarly, if we talk about the butterfly, it is going to suck the nectar. Now if we are talking about the any parasite which could be which is living on the body of the animal, that could be feeding upon the nutrition. Okay, so this is what is about. We are talking about the different types of food and how we are taking in. So the method of obtaining food for the body, that is said to be ingestion. Okay, so nutrition includes what things it includes? It includes, if we study about nutrition, we have to study three things. The first thing is the nutrient requirement. Okay, so we should know that what kind of nutrient requirement is there in the body of any animal for which we are studying. If we are studying about the human beings, it means the nutrient content, the nutritional requirement would be different from the grass-eating animal. If we talk about grass-eating animal, that has a nutrient requirement very different, and that would be different from the human beings. Now, if we talk about the nutrient requirement of amoeba, that could be very different from the animals. Okay, so the nutrient requirement is the first point of focus. The second point which is being included in the nutrition is that the second is the mode of intake. So children, what do you mean by mode of intake of food? Mode of intake of food means the way by which the animal is intaking the food. So the mode of intake is different for different animals. Okay, so the mode of intake is different for different animals. And the third thing which is there is the utilization. After seeing which nutrient requirement is there, then obtaining food, then after that we can see that how this food is being utilized once we are intaking it. So what is the way of utilization? What is the utilization of energy? How is this energy being, how is this utilized, how is this food getting utilized to give us energy for doing the work? Okay, so this is what is about, what is being there, what we have to discuss in the part of nutrition. Okay, so this is the first point. The second point says human digestive system consists of the alimentary canal and the secretory glands. It consists of buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, ending in rectum and anus. Okay. The main digestive glands which secrete the digestive juices are salivary glands, the liver and the pancreas. The stomach walls of the stomach wall and the wall of small intestine also secretes some digestive juices. Okay, so if we talk about the human digestive system, which we have already studied, which includes what are the things which are present in the human digestive system, children? So human digestive system includes the organs and the glands. The digestive glands, the organs which are necessary for the digestion, that is included in the digestive system. Okay, we have a different kind of digestive system because the human beings are the complex animals, which includes the alimentary canal. The digestive system is known as human alimentary canal. Okay, so it means that it is human alimentary canal. Now, if we talk about the human alimentary canal, it consists of two things. First is the organ, second one is the gland. Organ includes mouth, or it could be said as buccal cavity. It is followed by esophagus, that is known as a food pipe. It is followed by the food pipe is followed by the small intestine. Then small intestine is followed by the large intestine, and then it is ending in the rectum and the anus. Okay, so we have these organs. Then after that, to support these organs, we have different types of the digestive glands, which includes the three glands: the salivary glands, the pancreas and the liver, in which salivary gland is present in your mouth, whereas the liver is the second largest. It is the largest gland in your body. Okay, this is the largest gland in your body. Then after that we have pancreas, whose location which is being located at the junction of, you can say, stomach and small intestine, in between stomach and small intestine. Okay, now the different functions include: the salivary gland secretes saliva, the digestive juices are being secreted from the pancreas as well as from the liver, which secretes the bile. And it is also said that the wall of stomach and small intestine, both of them secrete some of the chemicals which is also known to be as the digestive juices. Okay, so in higher classes you will be studying about such digestive juices which are being secreted from the stomach, walls of stomach, see, in here also you have studied about the walls of stomach, which kinds of the chemicals which are being secreted from the walls of stomach, as well as you have also studied a very superficial idea about the chemicals which are being secreted from the small intestine, that is important for the digestion in the human beings. Okay, now the next point is the mode of feeding is different in different animals. Yes, we have discussed in our very beginning of this chapter that different animals have different feeding habits. हम सब different तरीके से खाना खाते हैं. If we talk about the animals, if we talk about amoeba, if we talk about mosquito, if we talk about housefly, if we talk about honeybee, if we talk about the housefly, butterfly, human beings, grazing animals, all of them, they have the different feeding habit. Okay, so we have different feeding habits because our food is different, and our food habit is different for different the food habit of different animal is different from each other, because in the beginning I said that the nutritional requirement is different. So if the nutritional requirement is different, it means that the way of taking in food also will be different. Okay, so this is what is being said in this point, that mode of feeding is varying in the various organisms. Now next is the nutrition is a complex process involving ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. So the nutritional process, which is a complex process which includes the five different steps. So what are the steps? First is the ingestion, then digestion, then absorption, then assimilation and egestion. So please remember these basic steps of nutrition, which includes ingestion, which is the first step. Then second step is the digestion. After ingesting food, we are digesting it, we are breaking it into smaller pieces, and then these smaller pieces and the simpler substances are getting absorbed by the nearby cells, and then it is being distributed to the complete body parts with the help of your blood. Okay, so this is said to be as assimilation, which is being followed. After assimilation, we are only left with the waste material, which is the undigested food material, and it is being egested out from your body with the process of egestion. Okay, so this was about the point. Now the next point says the digestion of carbohydrates like starch begins in the buccal cavity. Okay, for this we have already written the experiment also. Even you have completed the experiment in your copy as well as in your notebook also. Okay, so that in your manual as well as your copy. Okay, both. So we have discussed, even we have seen the video also regarding the same test. Okay, so where we can prove that the digestion starts from your mouth. Digestion of what? Digestion of the carbohydrate, it starts from your mouth. Okay, in the buccal cavity. The digestion of protein starts in the stomach. Why? Because I said walls of stomach also secrete some chemicals which is being responsible for the digestion, and exclusively the digestion of the proteins. So for protein digesting enzyme, that is trypsin, is being released from the even pepsin is also released. Both of them are going to digest the proteins. Okay, so this protein is being digested in the walls of, because of the secretion of the walls of stomach. Now the next point is that the bile is being secreted from the liver, pancreatic juice from the pancreas, and the digestive juices from the small intestine. Okay, the digestion of the digested food is absorbed by the blood vessels from the small intestine. So we have already discussed about each and every point in very detail. Okay, so we have seen that the process of digestion, it starts from your mouth and it ends in the small intestine, where after absorption of the food, we are only left with the waste material, we are only left with the waste product. Okay, then after that what we have to study is the next point. It says that the absorbed substance are being transported to the different parts of the body, where the water and some salts are being absorbed, and undigested food is being present in the large intestine, which is only left with, we are only left with the undigested food. Okay, this undigested food is being thrown out from the body by the different process. Now the undigested and unabsorbed residue are being expelled out from our body as feces through anus. Okay, then after that the grazing animals like cows, buffaloes and the deer are known as the ruminants. They quickly ingest and swallow their leafy food. So they are not chewing it, they are simply cutting and they are swallowing the food. Now after that what happens, they swallow the leafy food and store it in the rumen. Later the food returns to the mouth and the animal chews it peacefully. Okay, you have seen the cow and the other grazing animals, they are sitting in the shade, or even if the shade is not there, when they are sitting at some place, they are continuously chewing. So what they are chewing? They are chewing the grass which is being swallowed directly, and it was stored in the rumen. Then after that, from what is that rumen? Rumen is a part of the stomach, and this stores the digestive, this stores the partially digested, I mean this stores the grass and then it digests partially. After digesting the after the partial digestion of the grass, what happens, it returns back to the mouth of the animal, okay, and it starts chewing. So when it is chewing, it is going to I mean whenever it is chewing, the animal is chewing it, this is known as chewing of cud, and that is why these animals are known as ruminants, because they are doing rumination. So the process is rumination, because the chewing of cud is also known as rumination. So this rumination is a process by which the partially digested food is being it is being taken up by the it is returning back into the mouth of the cattle, and then they are chewing it peacefully, okay. Then after that, what is being is the last point, which is amoeba ingests its food with the help of its false feet called pseudopodia. The food is being digested in the food vacuole. Okay, so we have also studied about this, that food is being digested in the food vacuole, because food vacuole is a structure inside the body of amoeba, which is going to store the food, and once it is storing the food, it is going to digest it, because the digestive enzymes are being secreted. So if digestive enzymes are being secreted, then what happens, it is going to what it is going to do, it is going to digest the food, because there is none other organ for digestion. So amoeba has to digest the food in only one cell, which contains the food vacuole, because food is going to form this is going to be present in the form of a vacuole. So this vacuole means it is a space, and inside that space the food is being present, and that food is going to be this food, what happens to this food, this food is broken down into smaller pieces, and the small pieces of the food is going to be absorbed by the cells, or by the cell of the amoeba, and then it is being distributed to the complete body of the amoeba. Actually only one cell is there, so first the absorption is taking place in the nearby place in that particular cell, and then it is being distributed to the complete cell, and the amoeba is going to grow. So this is the process by which assimilation is taking place in the amoeba, okay. So next is the exercises of this chapter. So the first is fill in the blanks. First question is fill in the blanks. The main step of nutrition in human beings are dash 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 and dash. Okay, so you can write it very easily. It is ingestion, digestion, in the third dash you will fill absorption, third step, absorption. Then fourth step is assimilation. And the next step is egestion. And egestion you will write down, okay. Now the second point. The second question is, and please don't change the sequence. It is not that first the digestion of the food will take place and then assimilate, then before that, then after that ingestion. No, first ingestion, then digestion, then absorption, then assimilation, and then egestion, okay. After that is the largest gland in the human body is liver. The third answer is the stomach releases hydrochloric acid and the dash juices which acts upon the food, digestive juices. Okay, then the fourth point is the inner wall of the small intestine have many finger-like outgrowth, which is known as the villi. Okay, this is known as villi. Then after that, fifth point, amoeba digests its food in the food vacuole. Okay, so this is the fifth point. First is ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Second is liver. Third is digestive juices. Fourth one is the villi. And the last one is the food vacuole. Okay. Then this was about fill in the blanks. I'll move on to the next part, that is true and false. Okay. True, false. First one is the digestion of starch starts in the stomach. So this is a false statement because it starts from your mouth. So the right answer is it starts from your mouth, it starts from your buccal cavity. starts from our buccal cavity. Okay, then B. Second is the tongue helps in mixing of food with saliva. So the answer is true. Yes, the tongue helps in mixing of the food with saliva because tongue is present in between the teeth, which helps in the mastication of food. Then the C part is the tongue helps in this is the second. Third is the gallbladder temporarily stores bile. Temporarily stores bile. True. Because whenever the bile juice is being secreted from the liver, it gets stored in the body, inside the body, in the organ called gallbladder, which is going to be used up further when this this gallbladder is going to temporarily store the bile, because this is going to help the food. This is going to help the animal to digest the fat, because bile helps in the digestion of fat, but it is being stored in the gallbladder because that was the extra one. Okay? Then after that, fourth, the ruminants bring back swallowed grass into their mouth and chew it for some time. This is true. Yes, the ruminants are going to bring back the food, they swallow back, regurgitate the food again into their mouth, and then they are going to chew it again. This is known as chewing of cud. You can even write, this is known as chewing of cud. Fine. Now the next point is tick mark the correct answers for the following. Fat is completely digested in the first is stomach, second is mouth, third is small intestine, and the fourth one is the large intestine. I think you all might be knowing the answer, that the complete digestion now it takes place inside the small intestine. So the answer is, for the third question, option for A, the option number is second, small intestine. Small intestine, okay? Because the complete digestion takes place in the small intestine, and the option number second is the right answer. Option number third. It is given in the book as third option, that is small intestine, okay? Now B part B is water from the undigested food is absorbed mainly in the where? First option is stomach, the second option is food pipe, the third option is small intestine, and the fourth option is the large intestine. So the answer is the fourth option. The fourth option is the large intestine. Because large intestine is a place where the absorption of food is taking place, and the absorption of water always takes place in the large intestine. After the absorption of the water, only children, the feces is being formed, because of which the undigested food is being separated from the separated in the chamber called rectum. Okay, then after that, match the column is the fourth question. Fourth question is the match the column. Now the first is food components, then the product of digestion. The fourth is match the column with A with B. First column with the second column. Column 1 is about food component. It is about food component. And the second one is the product of digestion. Okay, then after that, first is carbohydrate. The first is carbohydrate, then second is proteins, and the third one is fats. Okay, so third one is fats. Now I think you can easily recognize carbohydrate is broken down and it forms what? It forms the sugar. Here it is given sugar, you can write down the starch. Okay, then the protein is getting digested in the form of amino acid. Okay, then fat gets digested as fatty acid and glycerol. Fatty acids and glycerol is the right answer for the simplest product of these three. Carbohydrate is broken down as sugar, simple sugar or starch. Protein gets digested as amino acids. Then fats get digested as fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, so this was about fourth question. Now I move on to the next question, that is question number it's question number fifth. Question fifth is, what are villi? What is their location and function? So what are villi? Villi are, or the villi are the finger-like projections of the small intestine. They are the finger-like or they are present in the small intestine. Finger-like projection present in so these are the finger-like projections present in the small intestine. It is the finger-like outgrowth also, you can write. It helps in where? It helps in, it is its location. So you can write down its location. Okay, then what is to be asked then? A location and function. So what is its function? It helps in absorption. It helps in absorption of food. It helps in the small finger-like projections present in the small intestine, which increases the surface area. Okay. For absorption. Function, it helps in the absorption of food as it increases the surface area. So these are the functions. Function of the small intestine. Okay. Now, the next question is, you can even draw the diagram of the villi, and you can easily write down the location as well as the function. Okay. Then the next is question number 6. Question 6 is, where is the bile produced and what are the components of food it helps to digest? Bile is being produced from liver. It's very easy. Bile is produced from liver, which helps in the digestion of fats and oils. It helps the digestion of fats and oils. Okay, so bile is produced from the liver, which helps in the digestion of fats and oils. Okay, so extra bile is stored in, the extra bile is stored where? The extra bile juice is stored in gallbladder. The extra bile juice is stored in the gallbladder. Okay, so this is what is about. The bile is being produced in the liver, which helps in the digestion of fats and oils, and extra bile juice is being stored in the gallbladder. Fine. The next is that which components of the food, the component of the food which helps to be digested is the oils and fats. Okay, so children, next is name the type of carbohydrate that can be digested by the ruminants but not by human beings. Okay, not by human beings. So the next question is question number 7. Question 7 was that name the type of carbohydrate which can be digested by the ruminants but not by the human beings. Give the reason also. So the next question was, next question says that the carbohydrate which is being digested by, you can write down the complete sentence. The carbohydrate which is being digested by the grazing animals but not by the human being is the cellulose. Cellulose is the carbohydrate which is not being digested by the human beings because cellulose is a complex carbohydrate. It is a complex carbohydrate which takes time for its digestion with the action of bacteria or a special type of bacteria present in small intestine. Okay, so these bacteria are only present in the ruminants, present in the small intestine of animals, not in us. Okay, not in the human beings. So the bacteria which are present for digesting the digesting this carbohydrate, that is the cellulose, is only present with the bacteria, which is present only with the it is present only with the animals. That is why they cannot be digested. Okay, so this is what is all about your chapter, that is digestion in the human beings and nutrition in the animals. So we have completed this chapter, children. Now I'll come up with the next video with some more questions on this chapter. With this, so today that's all for today's videos, children. I'll meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed. Okay.